Hello and welcome back to Monifactory. Now with shaders. Honestly, I just wanted the dynamic lights when I was mining. That's pretty much all. Hey, I like how they look, so I'm probably gonna keep them on for now. Now today is a very exciting day since we're gonna be making our very first Gregtech machines. And unlike other packs, we skip straight to LV here, no Steam Age. Apparently there is a Steam Age like the hard mode or the expert mode as it called, but there's just the normal mode, so we can skip straight to LV. However, the first order of business is setting up a battery buffer. Since the Steam Dynamo here can only produce a maximum of 40 RF per tick, and RF converts to in a 4 to 1 ratio to EU. So, unless this is only making 10 EU per tick, which isn't enough. Okay, so there's a thunderstorm. Can I sleep through that? Yes. So making a battery buffer is gonna help with that a little bit. Let's make a low voltage 4x battery buffer. So we're gonna need some more tin wires. And actually I believe we can just view the recipe and I think this should show me pretty much everything. The items are a bit dark here because of the shaders, but you can still make them out, so it's fine. And there we go. There's a low voltage battery buffer. So I think I'm gonna place this guy right here. And I think he works just the same way as this, where the red side is where the power cell is. Now the power does work a bit differently because this is actually a different version of Gregtech. So for example, both the multi-amp source and multi-phase input bugs from C have been fixed. So I've watched my FTB interactions playthrough. There I kinda abused a bug and Gregtech CE. Basically I could add multiple battery buffers and output more amps at the same time. So for example, if I had a 16 amp buffer and I use more than 16 amps, I could just add another one on top and it was gonna work just fine. And since that bug has been fixed here, that is no longer the case. Also, superconductor type wires do not damage you and CU. The zero cables, like conduct foreign energetic alloy, are considered superconductors. And I can confirm, as you can see, it does say LV superconductor right there. So I should be able to just combine these into 4x wires and be able to use this no problem. Does this need the wire cutter? Actually does just work with CRH? No. Oh yeah, maybe it worked like this. Yeah, I guess it does need the wire cutter. Yeah, I should be able to connect it like this. And realistically, if I touch it, I shouldn't be getting damage. So there aren't any batteries, so maybe I should go make a couple. So first I'm gonna need some small battery holes, which require tin cables as well as battery alloy plates. And battery alloy, I believe, is a combination of lead and antimony. And I believe antimony is from Stibnite here. Maybe just 16 lead. So it should be fine. There we go, that's 4 LV battery holes. And now we're gonna have to combine these with either sodium, lithium, or cadmium in order to fill them up. Now, apparently lithium is the best. So this is gonna be the first usage of my money coins. And I'm going to buy some lithium ore with this. It was just let's chip some. I have to move them up. Yeah, that's lithium. And I believe I can just kick this straight into lithium dust. The radio, no time at all. So now I can combine them with my small battery holes. That makes 4 lithium batteries. So I should be able to just add them in. Hopefully I'm not gonna die. See? Okay, now I guess we can throw in some more coal here. So honestly, let's just throw in a stack and see how that works out. So actually, since I'm going to be juggling quite a lot of tools, so with the wire cutters that I need to connect cables and I probably need to use a wrench as well for some things. So I think it's gonna be a good idea to get some leather and string and make a tool belt. So I should be able to just place this guy in my curio slot. There we go. And now apparently the default hotkey is R. Which doesn't really help because it just zeroed shader. So I guess I'll have to change that. Let's see if it can work now. Oh yes, it does. Okay, so let me hold like say my wire cutters. Then I can insert it. You have to click. Yeah, I do. Okay. I can also hold my wrench. And like that I can switch to them. Now there are apparently some upgrades that I can make for this. Belt pouches and anvil. Oh yeah, I guess it's the upgrade then. The problem is that I'm still missing some leather. So I guess unless there's like an easy way to convert rotten flesh. Then no, I'll have to get an atomic capacitor, which uh, yeah, that's probably gonna take a little bit of time. Yeah, especially with the sea metal. Maybe some other time. Two is good enough, yeah. So now I believe Factor will just say yes to these quests. To basically explain how the power works. And well, I'm not gonna explain how the power works because there's better people for that on the internet. Hey, this is me from the future. So while editing this episode, I actually changed my mind and I decided that I should at least do a very quick, like 1 minute explanation of how the power works. Now, obviously, the power system is pretty in depth, so if this actually interests you, there's probably a couple like in-depth tutorials on YouTube somewhere you can watch. Regardless, the basic gist of it is this. So we have power tiers, so there's LV, MV, HV, and basically most of the time the voltage has to be matching, so this is an LV machine, and LV cable, LV power, everything like that. Now obviously there's a couple of exceptions to this rule, but that's how it works basically. And the other thing is amperage. So again, just basically a single block machine like the wire mill here usually requires at least 1 amp of power. And 1 amp of power is basically the same as the voltage. So, for example, for LV is 32 volts. So 1 amp of that is going to be 32 EU. It's called. And basically, since every single machine needs at least an amp, some need more. Like multi-box, for example, usually need at least two. So generally, I'm gonna try to use high amperage cables if I can. So for example, this cable right here, the 16X conductor iron wire, can transfer 16 amps. So that means that I can pretty much run 16 machines at the same time. And if I try it more and more, well, the last one won't get enough power and it will stop. And I think that's going to be about it. So there's obviously a couple more advanced mechanics. Just for example, I can move to lower amperage cables that are further down the line because, for example, if these two machines are running, only 2 amps will ever go through this wire, so I can technically downgrade this to a smaller wire. But like I said, if you're interested in this stuff, there's probably some in-depth tutorials on YouTube you can watch. Okay then, well, back to past me then. So, in order to craft our very first machine, which is gonna be the wire mill, we're gonna need 4 LV electric motors. So that's gonna need some iron rods, a magnetic rod, some fine copper wire, and a cable. If we're gonna ahead and set up the SP3, theoretically I should be able to just start crafting stuff. And if I'm not busy getting, we should be good. Make the 4 magnetic iron rods. This needs redstone right now. I can use a polarizer for that later. And sure, I could probably craft these things better, but honestly, I'm just kinda fascinated by their speed 3 mechanic. Well, that should make 4 LV electric motors, which I believe is a task for the quest. Then the only thing that I need is, I think, just going to be a couple of steel plates. Hopefully I have enough. And another cool thing about this recipe 3 thing is that it sees what stuff you already have, which is awesome. So for example, it sees that I already have 2 circuits, so it's a proper way to craft more. So now I can make an LV machine hole, and all that combines into a wire mill. So let's go and set it up. So let's place it like right here. And then I'm going to put a barrel under it. Then use my wrench here so I can set the output direction to the bottom. Also, apparently this guy needs a programming circuit, which it should have a free one, apparently. Oh yeah, there's circuit settings down here. Plus one wire require. Circuit number 1. So that's it. It's circuit 1 and it shall work. With the conductive iron wire. But it should have power. Now for the item input, that's gonna be a bit more difficult. So I'm gonna use one of these GT item pipes. And for right now, I'm gonna use a 10 one. So I should be able to do it like that. And then I will also have to use a money nickel or two in order to grab some ULV conveyor modules. So let's see. I'm gonna have to place this guy down on top here. And then put barrel here. Do we use the wrench to connect this? Yeah, I think so. And now I'm gonna have to place a conveyor module. And that should be it. Let's start with, let's say, like 8 ingots of tin. Or I have to enter the conveyor settings. Oh yeah, now it works. Let's see, is it gonna auto output? Yes. But if we can use the same thing to make fine wire as well. Right? Yes. Okay, so that should mean that the next machine that I want to make, which is the metal bender, is going to be quite a bit cheaper. I think that's enough machines for the time being. So we've got the bender, and this basically for most plates. It converts them at a 1-to-1 ratio instead of a 2-to-1 with the hammer. And for some reason the compressor here Uh, you need specifically for rubber sheets, but it doesn't do other plates as well. It does like English to nuggets, I think, which is useful, I guess, for some other packs, but not this one. And on the back here, I have a couple more. So I have the alloy smelter, and this guy basically just makes alloys. So I have some tin alloy cooked up here. Let me throw that through the bender. Let me throw like 16 through. We got the lathe, and the lathe basically converts ingots into rods, and this is a 1 to 2 ratio instead of a 1 to 1. And finally, I have the basic forge hammer, and basically this, for right now, I'm using it to convert cobblestone into gravel, and then gravel into sand. Now, I was planning to originally also make the basic extractor and the autoclave, because I thought that this vacuum chest, it normally requires a pulsating crystal to make, which is made in the autoclave. But I guess the recipe has changed. This is just a chest. And the vacuum chest is used in this quest right here, which basically tells you that you can use snap in order to automatically grow sugarcane. And sugarcane can be used as a fuel, so I can use it to fuel my dynamos here. And I can even upgrade them into steam boilers and steam turbines, which will increase my power output significantly. As you can see, I have 40 RF per tick right now. The quest here says that I can make 320 RF per basic set. So that's a steam boiler and 0 steam turbines. So yeah, I think we should start working at that. So let's start by working on the snap first. So this is gonna require some double compressed sand. And since I'm planning on making 4 of this snap, I'm gonna need quite a lot of sand. So I've prepared a bunch, hoping that's gonna be enough. Let's see. That makes 8 exactly. Okay, that's great. So there's 4 snaps. Now next up we're gonna need some pistons and a couple observers. So I believe that's some course blocks here that I stole from the Rust City. So I should be able to just convert these into quartz. They should just make like 4 pistons and 4 observers. Okay, now we're gonna need the vacuum chest. So we should have everything except for the tin rotor, which needs a tin screw, a tin ring. So I can make the ring right now. Now the screw I can use a saw to make some bolts, and then I believe just run these through the lathe. And that makes screws. So now I can make a tin rotor and use that to make a vacuum chest. Yeah, I believe just one is gonna be fine. And then we're gonna need the redstone clock just to force a redstone update on the snap. I think that I can sort of get away with just using one. Not that it really matters. I can probably just afford 4 of these if I need to. And finally, we're gonna need the void upgrade. So for this, I'm gonna need some obsidian. And I already went and found some. But honestly, I think there's something strange with the word generation here, because I had to go down and look around for quite a while until I found some lava. I even set up a waypoint, as you can see here. So let's go and make a rubber drawer. Yes, any drawer works. Make a void upgrade. Another useful thing to make is gonna be a configuration tool. This basically like the drawer key. So I'll need an emerald. So I think I looted one configuration. Yeah, I did. There you go, there's the configuration tool. So I guess all that's left is to actually build the thing. So thinking let's make it like here. I guess just net right here. What if we can just put down sugar cane without having water there? No. Let's see it like that. Yeah, there we go. So my idea was basically use redstone dust kind of like this. And I guess extend it out one this way. Put down the redstone clock. And like publish it to like the minimum. Just I'm guessing. So like 2 ticks. Let's see, that should work. Let's go ahead and make a lever. Let's see, is this gonna work? Giving it a strong signal maybe? Let's extend out one, I guess. Yes, there we go. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so now we just need to put the pistons. Whether can I rotate these guys? Yeah, I can. Okay, so that's gonna be a bit easier. Yeah, I think actually that's the proper way. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, I'm gonna need some redstone conduit, right? That should be fairly easy to make conduit pointer neat. Just needs a little bit of gravel. So I guess let me make use of my forge hammer here. I should be able to just place them down like this. Yeah, that's cool because I don't want these guys connecting. Think this should be an extra and this should be an insert. I think that's the case. So we can place the vacuum chest. Oh, I guess just like right here. So I guess from there, let's grab a drawer and connect it with a pipe. Then let's lock it in. Info without conveyor. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, that's awesome. It's gonna make things a lot easier. Let's replant these guys. First, we're gonna have to add an void upgrade. And now I believe if I just power on this, it should work. Right? No? Okay, so I've just been messing around with this for a little bit, and I just changed all the channels to that. Are you with that? So all I did, and it just works now. It was working 2 seconds ago. Come on now. Yeah. See? Now it works. Strange. Okay, let me use the extreme sound mod and set up an anchor here. Set up for I think some of the piston noises. Something I think it's called like grass picking. That's good. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, then well now we have automated sugar cane. So let's look into upgrading our steam dynamos. So it's just good that the ratio is exactly 1 to 2. So 1C boiler and 2 steam turbines. Let's see, we're gonna need 3 of these steam pipes. So that means that we're gonna have to make some fused quartz using a casting mold for a block. Let's make an empty mold, then make it the casting mold. Put the casting mold inside and the quartz. There we go, that's some fused quartz. Yeah, I'm missing a couple more things. So I just throw them in and I'll probably be ready in a bit. And there we have it. So I should be able to just throw them in here. And I'm getting very low on space in this. Unfortunately, I can't upgrade the steel barrel anymore because I think the next upgrade needs like aluminum. So anyways, let's make a bucket. It should be 3 steam pipes. Now I believe just take the steam dynamo and combine it with one of them in order to make a steel boiler. So I'm taking that, gonna put this one right here. Yeah, I guess so. Can probably take the water collector and place it underneath. Yeah, that works. There they are, my 2 steam turbines. I guess I'm gonna place them down like this. Well, we're gonna need to connect these with some kind of fluid pipe. And I guess I should throw in like a stack of sugar cane and see how much the production is. So 160. So let's see, I'm gonna look around and see which one is the best. Okay, well, it looks like bronze can do it. So I'm probably just gonna use that since bronze is pretty easy to make. Actually, do we have some already? But if I used it, we place it like this. Then it says it uses wire cutters for connections. So let's add wrong is the edge. Okay. Oh yeah, that works now. Okay, let's also connect a 10 pipe. Guessing that this probably is the auto output. Let's give it a conveyor. I don't really know if a UAV conveyor is gonna work out. So let's see. It might not be fast enough. Yeah, it seems to be fast enough. So we should be good. Now, is the water keeping up? Maybe. Now we just have to add a couple more laser nodes. Then I can rear the energy card here, which I believe already has the node overclocker. Use this one as well. Then I should be able to just connect them with the laser wrench with this. Now it should start filling it up with power. Yeah, as you can see now we're getting bottlenecked by the energy converter. Or know that. Alright, well, still, I'm probably gonna upgrade to a 16 amp version pretty soon. But like this water collector here isn't keeping up. So let's go ahead and upgrade it into an aqueous accumulator. Kind of hoping that I can just craft this. I just need some more fuel sports. I took a left edit here. A couple more iron gears. Guess the next thing to make is gonna be a fluid solidifier. Because I am using quite a lot of gears. So let's see, let's press down the aqueous accumulator. Hopefully it auto outputs. Grab some water. Enough from there, it's not infinite. Let's see. Okay, I moved the whole setup down one. So now if I just add this bronze pipe and I connect it up there, maybe I need a pump. Hopefully there's a UAV pump because those guys are kinda annoying to craft. And the transfer rate should be fine. I checked it and apparently it was 16 millibuckets per tick, so it should be fine. Yep, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, when I should probably start this up again. Why it breaks so much? Like it's maybe getting a redstone signal from somewhere else. I don't know. No idea, honestly. Yeah, okay, now it works. Alright then. So now that we have ultimate power setup, I think it's a good time to end the episode. So, I just want to thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.